All right. So we all think, act, and respond differently. Aristotle said, excellence is an art won by training and habituation. We do not act rightly because we have virtue or excellence, but we rather have these because we have acted rightly. We are what we repeatedly do. So if we're having that trouble of frustration, not feeling enough, um, it drains our energy, then we have to figure out how to be proactive and what to do so that we can feel differently. Anybody else have that challenge of where you react by your emotion, your mood, and how you feel that day? And often that colors how you get along with your spouse and how you enjoy your day and what you get done. Habit is what we repeat and do constantly. Habits are something we practice until they're just a habit and we don't even have to think about them. Like piano. People who practice the piano constantly become great at playing the piano. People who practice picking up as they go, they have a clean house. People who practice kindness with people have lots of friends. It's a habit of being kind to people. Even the cashier that you just had trouble, they overrang and charged you extra for something, and you're still kind to them. So there are people, though, that have the habit of blaming someone else for their wrongs. Some of the kids taught me the other day at youth group, and some of my grandkids had also mentioned this some while back. It was called gaslighting. And that's where you're having trouble with your thoughts and you are thinking this and thinking that, and then you blame the other person for it. Yeah, I think that happens in marriage too, doesn't it? We're having a hard day, and then we go grumbling and mumbling, and our spouse feels like they're having a bad day. Also, there's people who have no empathy. If you want someone to empathize with you, and yeah, we all do when we're sick with the flu or whatever, or we got a broke leg, or our back is hurting, or we lost our job, we want somebody to have empathy for us, but we have to have empathy for others first. All right. So when we're building habits and we're becoming all that we want to be, we have to start out with the small things first. And each situation is different. First, seek to understand the situation and the other person. All right. So when it comes to marriage, you want to seek to understand the situation and the other person. So let's think about the person who's been at work all day. Maybe we've been home. I do that. I work from home. So maybe I've been home all day and my spouse comes in from work and he's happy and he's singing, and maybe I've had one of those bad days where I didn't cross off the things on my list and I'm feeling frustrated with myself. I have to stop and think about what kind of day did he have? And I'm glad if he had a great day, right? So asking him questions and turn my attention on him and seek to understand how his day was. Well, guess what? He turns around and he does a little bit of the same for me. The second thing is put yourself in the other person's shoes. And so that's kind of what I was just talking about. What's it like for that mom who's home with, you know, four kids all day long? You got to stop and put yourself in their shoes. Or even better than that, you let dad stay home with the kids all day. See how that feels. All right. So put yourself in the other person's shoes and think, what does their life look like? What did their day look like? What did they have to do? What kind of challenges came up in their day? What did they have to deal with? Putting yourself in the other person's shoes. The third thing is change your thoughts. I'm thinking negative thoughts. Change your thoughts by reading good things, positive things, watching good, positive things on TV. A lot of times, reality TV has a bunch of people fussing and fighting. And do we want that in our home? Why do we like to watch that? I'm not real sure. I don't watch it. So, changing your negative thoughts comes from reading, watching, listening to good things, listening to some positive, uplifting music, being around good people. So, starting with small things, seeking to understand a situation and understand the other person, put yourself in their shoes, and changing your own thoughts when they're negative. All right, lasting change comes from squashing negative thoughts. Being aware that you're having those negative thoughts and squashing negative thoughts and replacing those with, because you know what? They're there unless we replace them with something positive, thinking good things, kind things, caring things, treating people the way we want to be treated. That's the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. So, who's ready to embrace a better life